hello, howdy, and hi, and welcome to another Branches of Yah. Today I want to present the word valor. It's cHayil in Hebrew, and it gives us a great understanding when Gideon was called a mighty man of valor. Let's go see if it points to anything else when we look at the letters more closely and the word itself. All right, what does it mean when Scripture uses the phrase, a mighty man of valor? And does this apply to women as well? Can anyone become a mighty man of valor? Is there anything in the letters of the Hebrew word for valor that would give us more understanding? Will anything here point to the Messiah? Well, let's go find out. In the scroll of YHUH or YHWH, which is the first writing following the Torah in our ancient prophetic text, there are 4 separate accounts detailing the exploits of mighty men of valor. The first time this phrase appears is in YHWH, is in chapter 1, verse 14. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moshe gave you on the side of the Jordan. But you shall pass before your brethren, armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them. Of course, our dictionary today states that valor is a great courage in the face of danger, and especially in battle. The conventional Hebrew means more of a force, especially of an army, but it can also mean a force of might or power, riches, or virtue. Here, the mighty men of valor are the armed men of the army of Yisrael. What can the letters in the Hebrew word cHayil tell us about these men? Well, cHayil is spelled Het, Yud, Lamed. Het is a picture of the fence and indicates a place of protection, a sanctuary, or a place of security. Yod is the picture of the hand or arm that points to a mighty work or a mighty deed. And Lamed is the picture of the shepherd's staff, which demonstrates the voice of authority or the one in control. So the first mystery we find in the letters of cHayil is that these warriors of the army of Yisrael were Lamed under strong leadership, Yod performing a mighty work, and Het providing a place of protection, a sanctuary for their people, especially for their wives and little ones. And what man wouldn't want to be included in this group? Does YHWH view us as men of cHayil? Let's pick up the account of the Yisraelite named Gideon in chapter 6 of the scroll of Judges or Shophatim and see. Beginning in the middle of verse 11, we read, Gideon threshed wheat by the wine presses to hide it from the Midianites. And the messenger of YHWH appeared to him and said to him, YHWH is with you, you mighty man of valor. Now, Gideon is hiding from his enemies in the winepress, threshing wheat when YHWH appears to him, and YHWH, the messenger of YHWH, calls him a mighty man of valor. Gideon certainly doesn't see himself the way he replies in verse 14. And he said unto him, O my Elohim, wherewith shall I save Yisrael? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. And in the reply of YHWH to his messenger in verse 16, we see how he views us when we are hiding from our enemies and feeling completely unworthy. YHWH said unto him, Surely I will be with you, and you shall smite the Midianites as one man. In Devarim, or Deuteronomy, the 5th scroll of the Torah, cHayil is used in a different way. In chapter 8 and 18, Moshe writes, But you shall remember YHWH your Elohim, for it is he that gives you power to get wealth, and that he may establish his oath of agreement which he swore unto your fathers, as it is to this day. Now the word translated wealth here is cHayil. The picture again is the force of might, the power or the riches. The cHayil comes from YHWH to serve his purposes, and we are to remember that. But is there such thing as a woman of valor, a woman of cHayil? Now, in the writings of the ancient prophetic text we call Proverbs, Mishle, there is an intriguing verse about such a woman. And Shlomo writes in chapter 31 and verse 10, Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. You guessed it, virtuous woman is cHayil. It is a woman of valor. And what does Shlomo say about her? She is invaluable. It is because of her prowess in battle. No, not even close. Shlomo gives a long list of her accomplishments and her character, but concludes in verse 29 and 30. Many daughters have done virtuously, but you have exceeded them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty vain. but a woman that feared YHWH shall be praised. The word virtuously is cHayil. So we find the outstanding woman of valor begins with the fear of YHWH. That fear is a reverence, a deep felt reverence. She follows his voice of authority and does a mighty work to provide a sanctuary for her family. Is there a connection to Messiah in cHayil? The numbers represent the letters will show that connection. The letter Het is also the number 8, which is a new beginning. The letter Yud is the number 10, which stands for something ordained in the Shamayim. The letter Lamed is also the number 30 and points to the blood of Messiah and his blood sacrifice. The numbers tell us that Elohim has ordained in the Shamayim that the blood sacrifice of Yahushua HaMashiach will give us a new beginning. We will have freedom from sin through the blood sacrifice and the promise of a new beginning with him. There's one final twist in the mystery of the word cHayil. In the final verse of the prophet Habakkuk, in chapter 3, verse 19, we find this truth. Yahuwah Elohim is my strength, and he will make my feet like hinds' feet, and he will make me walk upon my high places. The word strength again is cHayil, or valor. Yahushua HaMashiach is the ultimate man of valor. He is the voice of authority, who by the mighty work of his blood sacrifice provided an eternal place of sanctuary for us with him in the Shamayim. And if you have placed your trust in him, he sees you as he saw Yahushua, fighting men, Gideon, hiding in the winepress, in the woman's, in Proverbs 31, Ruth, Miriam, and many others. cHayil, mighty men and women of valor. Well, thanks, guys. We appreciate you, as always, coming back and checking us out. Remember that Yahuwah lifts up who he will lift up. And anyone who believes and trusts in him and on his Son should not only have deliverance, but will be seen as mighty and of honor and valor. So let us go out today and be mighty men and women of Yahuwah, mighty men and women of valor. All right, we love you guys. Thanks for stopping in. We'll see you next time.